In our country that aspires so admirably, to be a place of equal opportunity, still where you're born does so very much to determine your educational prospects and, in turn, your life prospects.
And you did a really great job with that. The one thing I noticed is that, too, is a little bit...
We can solve this problem if we took our future leaders and had their first experience out of college be teaching in high-poverty communities. That could change our country's consciousness and our priorities and our policies and our practices. A new generation of leaders who know, because of their own personal experience with kids, that we can solve this problem. We can build an absolutely unstoppable movement.
Lynn, since you told us X means out, what was the answer to that one? Which one was an outside?
Teaching to me has been a great experience in terms of taking ownership of something, of a problem, and trying to find a solution. I was working with students who their reading levels were all pretty low. I mean, basic, first grade, and these were all fifth grade students. Some students now are reading on a fourth grade level, which is a huge improvement. I mean, almost a 4-year jump between last year and the middle of this year.
Most of my kids were about 3 years behind reading second grade level books. By the end of the school year, we had a novel, which was a 4.5 reading level, which is fourth grade mid-year, which was huge for my kids.
So my students went from having no concept of what a variable was to being able to manipulate anything with variables.
My kids that might have come in to a 7th grade class reading on a 6th grade level are now leaving on average reading at a 7.5 grade level, which is great progress, significant progress even.
I literally had one go from a 3% at the very beginning of the year to a 90.
These are individuals who are highly committed to achievement and to make a difference for children.
At its core, it is empowering young people to have the skills and the abilities to pursue whatever dreams that they want to pursue.
Every day of my professional career actually is impacted and driven by my experience as a corps member. We took a group of 70 kids who were performing at the 13th percentile. Over a 2-year period, basically took them to the top, so that 90% of them were at the 90th percentile or above. It was a very life-changing experience for me, and I think that the work that I do here every day in DC is really working towards creating a system, an entire city, where we can show that poor and minority kids can achieve at the highest levels.
I did not consider teaching a career path before I joined Teach for America. Teach for America is what brought me into education.
I'm here representing my students. I'm not here for any other reason but to be the voice of my kids, because they still need someone advocating for them every day.
I have lots of interest about child health, child advocacy, education.
That's really why I decided to become a principal, is because I wanted to have that broader impact outside of my classroom.
The work that we do, if we do it really, really well, has the ability to impact kids around the country.
I would not be where I am today, career-wise, had I not joined Teach for America. And I think that's exactly what Wendy's original vision was that you were first going to have a core of people who were having a direct impact on kids in the schools, and that second, it was going to catalyze a wave of individuals who, with that experience, were going to go and translate that into more systemic change.
I believe that this nation is on the edge of a new moment of transformation. I haven't felt this level of energy and enthusiasm since 1961, when the new frontier, under the leadership of John F. Kennedy, began its work. And we've been on a long journey since then. It's time for a new level of energy, and I believe it's coming up from organizations like Teach for America and a new generation of young and committed citizens.
By agreeing to teach in a low-income community for 2 years, I am doing my part to ensure that children in this country are getting what they deserve.
The impact and the bottom line has to be student achievement. That's why we're here. That's why we exist as a movement.
We can eliminate these inequities and close the achievement gap within this generation of children.
We are at a point where we feel just a new sense of urgency even to say we have to take this effort to the next level, to the point where all kids in our country have the chance to attain an excellent education.